In La'Kesh and Veritas tribe, we are cooking. What are we making?
Kefir, water kefir. Dr. Makeda.
Yes, we're making water kefir with Miss Syrennia McArthur. And pay attention, because it's a difficulty level, what would you say, 5?
I don't think so.
We'll see, subjective, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see. Put in the comments if you thought it was a little too difficult and we should try something else. If you liked it, cool. If you want to try something else, awesome. We're open to suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Let's get started.
All right.
First off, what is a kefir?
So, kefir they're lacto fermented. They're actually symbiotic, like a SCOBY, like with kombucha. So they don't have the mushroom.
All right, wait, hold on. That's a lot of catchwords.
So they're symbiotic culture of
So
bacteria, yeast. Yeah.
Okay.
Of so what it means is, let me show you what they look like.
It's over there.
Another name for kefir grains is called tibicose. So they're actually little small grains. They look like rice. They're kind of gelatinous, and they
Tibicose.
yeah.
What culture is that from?
It's like a Mexican culture is where the tibicose come from.
Okay.
Yeah, but these are very similar to. Actually, they have the same functionality as the SCOBY and kombucha, but there's a multiple kind. This is a water, the one you use with the water, and then you have some that are dairy. And what they are is they help to induce the process of lacto fermentation.
Okay, so it sounds like it's supposed to be good for me.
Yeah, it is.
Is it going to taste good though?
To me, they're very good. Now, when my children were little, they're grown now. But when my children were little, people like yours, I used to make this for them all the time.
Okay.
So it's lighter than kombucha.
Okay.
It's similar to a pop kind of tasting, but not that fakey, sweet, icky.
So what I'm hearing you say is I could substitute this for soda for my kids instead of giving my kids soda, because I will soda. I'm being honest. Love me where I'm at. I need them. So look, I'm transitioning, right? I'm a new generation, first gen chiropractor, so I'm coming from seeing some of the stuff I eat on the regular that I think are good for me are actually bad for me because of how they're made and what they do.
Right. And what they have in them.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing you say is things like kefir will give me that bubbly feel good that soda does, but without the added chemicals that are causing reaction. Because if y'all don't remember, myself included, the neurodivergent world doesn't really like the way chemicals mess with us.
And it doesn't like as much sugar, right? Because like in a regular can of like Coke or something, it's like a whole cup of sugar. Right? Just one can.
Just one can, but we never stop at one can. So.
And all the other preservatives that are in it, and the horrible natural coloring and natural flavors. You're not gonna have any of that. They use
the word natural though. You know what? I feel like that's a discussion for that might be a tea talk. We can sit down with some tea and talk about that because I feel like we could get into that definition a lot, right?
Yep.
Because natural ain't always natural. Just saying. Naturally chemical. All right, I'm done.
Chemical lane. So back to the tibicose. So the tibicose. So these are usually they're usually refrigerated.
Okay.
They're usually the base is like a sugar base to keep them alive because they feed just like any other bacteria off of the sugar, right?
Science moment: when you're sick or have a bacterial infection, lay off the sugar. You're only feeding the enemy. Just saying.
But for these are healthy, bacteria because we do have more healthy bacteria that in there. We have buku, bacteria within our body on the outside, on the inside. And so we have healthy bacteria as well. And so people, when they hear the word bacteria, they think like, let's kill it. But you know, you have healthy things
There's
too.
another reason why we call them bugs,
Right.
right? Is so that we can see them as little horrible, icky things and just kill it.
Right.
But there are good bacteria and there are bad bacteria constantly on our skin and in our bodies, right?
Right. And you know, I don't like to call them good or bad. I like to call them beneficial
I like that.
or
I like that.
not beneficial.
Well, either which way you benefit, because if it's something that's harming your body, it gives your body the opportunity to learn to adapt,
Right.
right? So either which way it's beneficial. Does that mean I want you going running around? Make it no, no. That's for my son. He got something to say. I know he does. So back to the kefir.
The typical screens.
Typical screens.
Right.
How much? All right, I should time this, but it'll do a time lock. So we're gonna put this stuff together.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, let's tell what's the supplies we got.
Oh yeah. Let's
So
go.
we're making water kefir. And in making water kefir, like most recipes will call for like, we're gonna double the recipe. Most of the recipes will call, like my initial recipe called for 4 cups
Where can they find these
of
recipes?
water.
We're gonna put it in the bottom. We'll
Yeah,
put the
you'll get a link.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Makeda.
And
Appreciate
maybe
you.
even stick the link to your classes in it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I do.
Yeah.
But the initial recipe, so what do we have first? First of all, we have a jar, a glass. I like to use glass.
Any particular reason why?
Well, glass is you don't get all of the nastiness that you get from. I'm not saying you shouldn't use plastic because there's food grade plastic. Now, I'm not telling people to not use plastic. I choose to use glass because to me, glass has higher integrity. Doesn't get all of the. You can get off things that can normally get stuck to it, like bacteria, unwanted bacteria.
Because plastic's pores can hold on to those,
Right.
whereas glass, you can sterilize it in different manners through heat and all that other stuff, store it differently.
Right.
It's less porous, and that's why it's stand the test of time. People have been using glass all this time. Let's use some glass, okay?
And you can see through it.
Right.
You got measurements on it. You know, it has the cup measurements, it has the pint measurements, it has the ounce measurement, and it has the milliliters and all of that, the metric measurements as well.
Speaking of measurements, how big is this one? Because it looks
This
like
one's
a big daddy.
64 ounces.
64 ounces.
So this
That's
is
a liter?
64 ounces. Yeah, it's a liter. It's
Ha!
1,000 cc's or milliliters. Yes, it's 1 liter. You are
If
correct.
you were raised in the American measurement system and still struggle like I do, I'm here with it.
But you learned it in school, didn't you?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a 64 ounce. That's what I like to use because if I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna get enough that's gonna last for my family. So that, like I was saying, when I was initially making it, the recipe called for 4 cups, but that'll only give us half of it. And so we want you and your children to have more, right? So we went for 64 ounces. So we filled it to see if you look at this in a 64 ounce bottle, you're gonna have 6 cups is the last measurement here, the last calibration. But if you go a bit above that, below the lip, but a bit above the 6, then you're gonna get between the 7, 7 and 8 range. So that's what we're looking at.
Right there. Make it a little higher, but you gotta leave room because we're putting stuff in it.
Right.
Don't be like me.
Right. So if we were to fill in, weren't gonna put anything in it, we could just fill it all the way, and that would be 100. Like 8 cups for sure.
Cool.
So what else we have is we have a spatula.
I need that.
Yeah, I like to use
Can't I just shake it?
No, we wanna mix it in.
We're gonna be gentle and stir it because it is alive.
Right. And we have water. And what kind of water did you put in here, Dr.
So
Makeda?
I put spring water in it, mainly because that's what I drink in my family. I like to put back in the minerals in our system. To each his own. Some of us process water differently. Some process with sweet tea in it. Not judging, just saying I respect it. But I process spring water better because I need the minerals to return back into my system. So I chose spring water. Yay.
Yeah.
Tap water would be a no.
That's a
No-go.
no-no.
Way too much stuff. We'll get into that on a tea day. Filtered water.
Okay. Distilled water, purified water. Those are all options. Spring waters. is probably the best, like you said, because it has the minerals. But you can use any of those other options.
Yeah.
I would not use tap water that was not filtered through like a Berkey or something. Now,
Berkeys are awesome.
yeah, I have that. But you know what I use at home is I have a air water system. So I have one that is sold through Of the Sun that is called a newbie, and it's atmospheric water. So I use that. So that's an option too.
We're gonna have to make a newbie video.
Right.
Newbie video for the newbies. Okay, can't wait for it.
Okay, so we're gonna use we have the kind of water. We have our container. We have a stirrer. I choose not to use. You can use stainless steel if you'd like. You would not. Only thing I usually use wood or silicone or something like that. That I choose not to use the stainless steel so much as just for me, but in general,
I don't like the clanky sound. I don't.
Well, in general, and I don't even usually eat out of stainless steel too much, but in general, historically silver, when we used to have real silver, right? Some people do have silver. I do have some, but I don't.
Yeah.
So real silver will actually kill the bacteria. We want to keep it alive. So you can use stainless steel, you know, but I prefer to use wood or silicone. Okay, and then we have our tibicos. For 4 cups, we want to have 2 tablespoons of tibicos, or to fill the bottom of the, you know, of the container. Right. So it's about 4. So we're gonna go. So since we have 8, we're gonna go about 4 tablespoons here. It's really almost the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to measure. So are we being obsessive? Does it have to be level? Just put it in?
Yeah.
Okay. 1. That's good?
Keep going.
She's right, because there's already 3. It's squishy.
4. And to let you know what these are, when you buy them, and we'll put the link that you can get them from online. This one is in a sugar water that from my last
white
Kefir.
sugar, brown sugar, what kind of sugar?
No, I use either Jaggery, which is a sugar that you can get online, or you can get it at the stores, mostly in Asian stores, East Indian Asian stores, or you can use a cane sugar that is unrefined, just because it has minerals in it. You can use white sugar, but if you want some minerals in it, you want to use something that's unrefined. That way you can get a little extra, because most recipes will call for you to put a little molasses in it. You know, you don't have to, but the Jaggery has some minerals in it. So we can put a little, because the molasses, we want to keep our grains alive. And so if you don't do it the first time, put the molasses in it, you can do it another time. Molasses will change the flavor slightly. That's the penicillin. But it's hard to break.
It is difficult. And the only reason we're not using this one for this today, because we're trying to lower the difficulty level.
Right.
But that's another option too, right? So
right. And this you can get in the, you got this at the international section of, this came from Kroger.
Kroger, but they don't pay me, so.
You didn't hear the name. But you can get it at any store,
local supermarket.
Store, right. You can get it there. You can get Jaggery online. You can get cane sugar. Of course, any
this
store.
This is already leveling out the bottom. Do we need to add more? That's good.
That's fine.
All right. So it's more important to fill the bottom than it is to get the exact measurement.
And so you notice that this is 8 cups. So we doubled the recipe. The initial recipe 4 called for 2 tablespoons. And so that's why we have 4 tablespoons here.
Math it. Okay.
And so for sugar, sugar for 4 cups, you're going to use a 1/4 cup of sugar. So for 8, we're going to use half.
Because I'm a doctor.
She went to school.
Did I tell you Miss Syrennia is a nurse? So she's going to take good care of you. Make sure that you're eating well. And when you check out her website, which is in the link below, you'll see her classes, and you'll see all of her offerings and teachings that Ooh. Okay, am I
All the
just childish, or do I want to eat some of the sugar?
No eating with this sugar, Dr.
I was
Makeda.
definitely that
Is it all
kid
the
that
way?
would. Yeah, no, we need more.
Let's go level that.
You want to put it down? I'll
Yeah.
put it down.
Oh.
There we go.
You
Made
know,
the mess trying not to make a mess.
I will say the sugars that are not suggested are
Look how pretty
coconut
that is.
sugar.
Why?
Just because it doesn't eat, that tells you it's a little better for you anyway.
Mm.
Coconut and date sugar, because it doesn't leave as much the glycemic index. It's not as high. I mean, so you want something that's going to feed it. And so you want sugar, right? Some type of sugar. And you want some minerals in there.
Okay, and just in case you didn't hear her, the reason we're not using coconut sugar, because my brain is still trying to process it, and we're not using date sugar is because it's healthier for you than cane sugar. Cane sugar's glycemic index, its sweetness, the complex carbs to it all is high, so our little friends here are gonna love it, which is why we lessen the sugar intake when we're sick.
It will work. I mean, it'll work, but
It'll work, but we trying to
little
get
slower,
a big bang
right?
out of it, right?
right. We want the most for our thing. Wait.
Wait.
And so
Wait a minute.
this is just, now what some people do. I don't do this, but what some people do is they'll take the water and they'll boil it before, put the sugar to dissolve it, and then let it cool to room temperature.
Okay.
Or lower than body temperature.
Before
lower than
adding it
80.
to our buddies?
Yeah, sometimes they do that. I don't do that because my water is usually room temperature anyway. I don't
Right.
use cold water.
Don't use cold
Don't
water
use cold
either.
water. Don't use ice water.
I'm
Don't
older
use
than I
cold.
look. My teeth don't like the cold water.
And so now we're gonna gently stir it. Sometimes I stir it before, but since we already got it in there, just very gentle because they are alive. And as we do this, we like to give thanks, honor, respect to everything that serves us, right?
Yes.
Everything has come to serve us: the water, the tibicose, the sugar, and we're gonna give it respect, right?
Right.
And
That's a very important practice. Not to be all churchy, spiritual, or religious, but just being a human. Can we respect the other living things that we nurture and put into us, people included? So I'm gently stirring out of respect, but I really want to stir faster.
And generally we do it before. I like to stir the sugar and water first, and then put the tibicose. But they're fine. They're fine. They're in
You're
agreement.
okay. You are okay. You're okay.
And we're
One
giving
thing
them
we
some-
said in the
yeah.
beginning that some of our friends don't know. Can you please explain our greeting in InLa'Kesh and Veritas?
Yeah. InLa'Kesh is a Mayan greeting for oneness. I see myself in yourself. So we are all one connected. So when I see you, I'm like, InLa'Kesh, Dr. Makeda, because we are connected, right?
Yeah.
The consciousness of the universe, everything is connected. And Veritas is Latin for truth. So the truth is that we are all connected. And so when I see you, I say, InLa'Kesh and Veritas, I see you in myself and myself in you. And so thank you for making your presence known and coming forth. And thank you for being willing to do this wonderful kefir making or kefir agreement, because I ask everything to be in agreement as well. This is live, and so we are live, right? We want to eat live things. Water, we're made of 70-80% water as adults, and so the water is alive if you use the right kind of water. And if you give it the greetings, to assist with reactivating it. And we want to eat things that are going to help enliven our body and help us to become healthy, because these drinks will help
Throw some more sugar.
decreasing, somewhere down there.
Okay,
decrease inflammation and help
let's
our
talk
gut
about
lining.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Decreases inflammation. I know soda's not going to
it's
do
known
that for
to.
me.
It's
So,
known to.
why, or rather, what about it contributes to the decrease in inflammation? I am stirring this really slow. I'm sorry, y'all, but I am consciously aware that I'm trying to be gentle to them because I want them to be gentle to me. you know?
Well, the research has shown that our immune system is mostly 70% of our immune system, which was, we didn't know this for many years, or we knew it, like let's say in the westernized version of the system, it was not acknowledged that our immune system is mostly in our gut. 70% of it is in our gut, right? And so that's in our intestinal lining and that, and so that's where we're going to put, we're going to support that. So when we feed our intestinal lining and our body live, healthy bacteria and change the lining of the gut, it's going to help promote wellness in our whole body. It's going to boost our immune system, which in turn is going to decrease inflammation, because when you put like pure sugar or things that are not able to be digested well, they're going to change, they're going to set up inflammation, right? You're going to eat something because your body's going to be like, what is this foreign, unhealthy thing that you've given me? And we've all done it.
I've done it.
I did it yesterday.
I'm going to do it again too.
But
I'm going to do it less. I'm going to do it less. And let me speak on that.
And you do it less, right?
Yeah, I'm doing less. High five. Let me speak on that chiropractically though. The original founding philosophy of chiropractic is that there are 3 major things that contribute to your subluxation, or the situation of immobility. I don't want to sound like, let me speak from my heart, right? Because it's all words to see which resonates. So hear my heart. We can be putting things in our body chemically that continue to contribute to our inflammation. It's continuing to contribute to our achy knees, our lower back, our neck pain, all the pains. We can contribute by continuing to have the negative thoughts and emotions that cascade the hormones that bring on the sadness and the aches and the pains and the heaviness. And we can continue to do the physical things that contribute, such as, I love my heels, so we're not gonna talk about the heels. We're not. But the different repetitive things, the way we sit, the way we prolong at work, the way we don't get up and move because we're too tired, kind of things. So those 3 aspects, physical, chemical, and emotional, they all play into what's going on. And we, as humans, especially busy humans, turn off the blinking lights of things that's going on because we got things to do and we got to keep it moving. So
we suppress them, right?
We suppress a lot of things.
With like,
and we ignore ourselves.
Yeah. Don't look at the signals.
We don't.
We'll take pop an antacid, or we'll take these medications that suppress your headaches, or swallow some Pepto-Bismol.
Or on the flip side, right? Because TikTok says it's good for us. We'll start taking magnesium pills to suppress the things that we're feeling physically, because we're like, oh, that's better than an ibuprofen or what have you. But taking anything to ignore what's going on, nah. One day, I hope as a culture we do that less. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and counteract some of the things or choices we've made before with healthy steps forward. Like making kefir.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I stirred it enough.
I think so.
If you haven't stirred everything out, or you, I don't know, like me, forgot to dilute the sugar in the water beforehand, you can always let it sit because sugar dissolves. And you gotta let it sit for a while, right?
Right. Yeah. It's gonna sit. This is gonna actually sit for about 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Actually 2 days. This is the first brew. What you're gonna do is you're gonna brew it. When I say brewing, it's kind of like beer or wine, right?
Because it's fermenting.
It's fermenting.
We should release this on Fridays. We should release our fun times on Fridays and ferment Fridays. Because fermentation is great for your gut.
That's right. And our whole bodies.
Yes. Can I put this on? What's this?
And so, what we're gonna do now that it's all set, you're gonna hold it up so they can see
I hold it
what
up.
it looks like.
Ooh.
And hers has it has that color because of the type of sugar. Now, if you use the white cane sugar, it's gonna be clear, right? So it's based on the kind of sugar you use. If you use a pinocchio, is that how you pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be brownish, and if you use a Jaggery, it's gonna be kind of brownish.
And if you're Jamaican, like my grandmother, she gonna call it dirty water. You see, say dirty, so, but it good for you, you know, it good. Grandma, I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just, respectfully saying it correctly. It's called dirty water. Okay.
So we're gonna add a date, half of a date to it. So a dried fruit or some fruit naturally has a type of a healthy bacteria on it.
So just a half?
Yeah, we're gonna do half. We don't have to. Oh, this one. We can just.
Because this is
you
a dry
can use
date.
a raisin. It
Kinda
doesn't
tough.
matter. So this date, we usually use dates that already have seeds in them. We don't want the ones that are not that are pitted. We want the ones with it in there because dates have a special support for our bodies. And so we want the one, if you look at the date and if you look at the seed in the date, it's shaped like a brain. So you look at that.
Take this out.
Yeah. Okay. That's something for another day. So, but if you look at it, it has shaped kind of like a brain. So
there it is.
So we want the one with the seed in it.
Yes, and like walnuts, and it's another nut trick, right?
Yeah.
If it's shaped like a brain, it helps your brain.
Supportive.
That's how I remember it.
And it has a better absorbability. I mean, it doesn't just rush into your bloodstream. It's known not to rush into your bloodstream as quickly as regular sugar because it has fiber attached to it too. With the.
So it's good for your brain and it's good for your gut.
Yeah.
And it's good for your blood and your pancreas. Start listing off all the great things that dates are good for.
Has
and it's
potassium.
good to hold on to these.
Yeah.
Dates can be planted in almost any environment.
Yeah.
And the seeds can stay in like a little satchel for centuries. Literally, there's a plant called the Methuselah plant, and they just revived one of the seeds.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, successfully revived one, and it was like in like the Dead Sea area. They found it, kind of thing. Don't go looking in tombs and stuff and then revive it. Look, I feel like I should put disclaimers for something. I just thought it was really cool.
Well, you know what else is known in the East? Because if you go to a store like the Mediterranean cultures and cultures of Northern Africa, they use dates a lot, and so you'll find like large boxes in the refrigerator section because there's also some energy, a protective energy that is known to assist us. So that's why you want the ones with the seeds as well. So that's a whole nother
thing.
But
that might include tea or maybe something one.
But we're gonna put these. So if you put those in there for us, that'd
just
be great.
Straight.
Yeah, straight down. Right, and that's going to help also. That's going to help because it also has some bacteria that we need to help that are going to assist, and it has minerals in it, so it's going to help assist with the fermentation. Okay, and you can speak to it again. This is alive, and we're going to give appreciation whether you pray, whether you meditate, where you give InLa'Kesh and Veritas. We also do some Ho'oponopono, which is a thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, because this is going in our bodies.
Oh, yeah.
And things that are alive, this makes it more what's called bioavailable. When you ferment something, it gives more life. It makes it available, to be utilized in your body more rapidly.
Nice.
And with less problem, better absorbability. So we got this, and then we can either put a regular top on it. We could put cheesecloth. Because you want to keep all of the nasty flats because they love all the sugar, right?
Yeah.
Or you can buy, there's lots of different tops, but this is a special top, Dr. Makeda. This is a fermentation lid.
Ooh.
This is one that, so this one
There's
just
piece of
has dates in it. Yeah. This one has like a little thing in the middle where you don't have to burp it. Historically, like with a regular top, if you put a regular lid on here this is a wide mouth, by the way. I like the wide mouth tops.
Big Daddy got a big mouth.
Wide mouth containers and the wide mouth tops. And if you use a regular one, you could just burp it twice a day, in the morning and at night. That's my favorite time to do it. That just means letting out the carbon dioxide. But you can buy something
Isn't that what's making the bubbles?
Yeah, but that you don't want it to be anaerobic. You don't want it to be without oxygen. You want it to be with air as well, because when you may have anaerobic, that means you can make some kind of bacteria that you don't want. And so you want to allow it to be able to release, you know? Okay. So you either burp it.
That's how you keep in mind safety when fermenting. Right. There is safety involved, because remember, we only want the beneficial bacteria.
That's right. All right. And so you can use, they have ones that look like nipples. They have this. You can burp it. You can do cheesecloth over it with a rubber band.
Yeah, I already know there's going to be a link below. So.
Yeah, but you can buy this online. And with this one, all you have to do is put it on, screw it on. Go ahead, please. Screw it on. Make it a little tighter, because you want to pick it up. Not too much, because just enough so that it's not gonna. Nobody picks it up and you're gonna spill it, right?
Right. Can I be the one?
Right. With some ferments, there's a thing that comes with it. You can suck the air out, but you don't need to suck the air out.
No. Push it button.
You don't need to push anything.
I don't need to.
No. It'll come out.
Mine kind of cooking.
It'll release on its own.
So for the next couple of days, I'm gonna put that aside. Right. Is it in a dark place? Is it in a sunny place?
No.
Just wherever on the
regular. Counter? Yeah. And actually they tell you don't put it in the sun because the sun degrades it, but and the sun energizes, right? So I haven't killed any of my kefir ever. You doing that, and I've been doing it for many years. My children are grown.
What about in the moonlight?
In the moonlight would be cool too, right? Because there's energies, right?
Another day, another topic.
Right.
As you can see, we're gonna have a lot of fun topics.
Right, and so you can put it. So you can speak with it, and ask it.
But what do you say when you speak with it?
I give thanks, of course, the InLa'Kesh Veritas, and I ask if it would be willing to go back to its original divine design. Because it was divinely designed to assist us with healing, to support us, to give us the hydration we need, to give us the nourishment we need, and it's alive. And things are alive, it makes it even more in alignment with whatever you're saying. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you're saying, it's going to have a greater effect. It's not hocus pocus.
And y'all out here telling ChatGPT thank you and please and using your manners for ChatGPT, so I don't want to hear nothing. Make sure you stop. Take a minute.
It's
thank
quantum
you so much
physics.
It's
right. I mean, we know that things, that's how it works. And we thank you. And we ask that this is yours, so I would like for you to share, what you're feeling. And then ask if it would let you know when it is in alignment with being ready.
So,
generally speaking, it's 2 days.
Generally speaking, it's 2 days. Is there like a color change, a texture change?
You will start noticing some bubbles, right? You should start noticing some bubbles, and so you can probably take some pictures like tomorrow night. You might notice some bubbles. It might go 3 days, right? Mm-hmm. And you can even revert to the old-fashioned way of is it ready by tasting a little bit. And when you first taste it, it's not going to be so bubbly, right? It's going to be like a little flat, and it may taste, if you put molasses in there, it'll even taste a little irony. But like this, it's going to taste
molasses?
A little, huh?
What's that?
The black strap.
Black strap.
Right.
Boot strap.
It's gonna.
Black strap.
It's gonna, but like this, it's gonna taste slightly flat, but it's gonna be.
And we're going for the soda substitute. I'm telling you right now. I'm trying to substitute it. I got some cans.
So the first brew is gonna be slightly flat, but it's gonna be more bubbly than it is now, and you'll start noticing bubbles come up.
Okay.
You'll start noticing some bubbles come up, especially definitely by day. You can put, I like to put herbs in there. One of my favorite is lemon balm. And
that's amazing for inflammation.
Red raspberry.
I keep talking about inflammation because that's really where the aches, pains, and joints things go on. And I don't want to talk about aches, pains, and joints for forever, so we're going to do something about it.
Right. And it's or red raspberry leaf, because red raspberry leaf is high in vitamin C. That's a whole nother stuff.
Whole nother story. Red
clover.
So much fun cooking with us. It's
yeah,
really
so that's another one. But the second brew is you pour this off. Reserve the grains.
How about we leave that for another hangout, and y'all have to come back.
All right.
Right?
But that's how you get the effervescence with the second brew.
Yeah.
Right? And it's another
come back
2 or 3 days. But is that it?
Yeah. I think that's
you
cool.
You think you got everything?
Yeah. So
think they got it? You guys got it?
All right. So you guys agree, right? Like that was level 5, yo. Like that was so difficult. So water, grains, sugar, a half a date. That's it. Big mouth jar. Cover for it. So I guess.
Sugar.
Yeah, I said the sugar. There were some specifics with it. Yeah, silicone or wood, not metal.
You can do stainless steel, but not silver.
Yeah, not silver. So
that's recommended. You can do what you want, but we recommend.
So I'll chop it down to a 1 on the difficulty scale, right? 1. But on the benefit scale, I'm gonna keep it a 5 because this right here is solid gold. Ooh,
and we're gonna ask the children what they think about it, because my children used to give it a 10. Ooh. They still give it a 10.
Okay, so
and they're not little children anymore.
We're gonna ask my children, and we're also gonna. Well, it's gonna be an honest opinion, isn't it?
Yes, it will.
All right, so we'll see. So that means you guys do have to come back to see us do it, or are we gonna wait? Wait. We'll do it again. It's okay. All right. So, what do these young people say? Click like, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah. Again,
comment below.
Yeah, definitely. Comment on things you want to see. Comment on questions you have on benefits of or alternatives that you've heard of. Interact. It's a tribe. I want to hear your voice, right? Again, I'm Dr. Makeda, Riverwell Chiropractic, and
Syrennia. InLa'Kesh Studio 4.
Okay, and we're gonna have fun in the kitchen together, whipping up some things that will substitute the things that might be contributing to all the things you're complaining about. So we're gonna stop. Okay, great, because we're gonna grow.
InLa'Kesh Veritas.
InLa'Kesh Veritas.
With honor, respect, and gratitude to everyone.
Bye.